Find and build specific knowledge. Sales skills are form of specific knowledge such as there is there such a thing unnatural in sales. You run out and put them all the time into startup venture capitalist. When venture capital, when you meet someone who is natural at sales, you know just they are amazing. They're really good at what they do. This is form of specific knowledge. Obviously, they learned somewhere, but they didn't learn in classroom setting. They learn probably in the childhood or school year, or they learn negotiating with their parents, maybe some with genetic component in the DNA. Okay. But you can improve sales skill. You can treat robot Calendini. You can read forward. You can go to sales training seminar. You can go to door to day sales. It's brutal, but will train you very quickly. You can definitely improve your sales skill. Sales knowledge cannot be taught, but it can be learned. When I talk about a specific knowledge, I mean figure out what you are doing and as a kid or a teenager almost effortlessly. Something you didn't even consider a skill, but people around you notice. Your mother or your best friend growing up would know. Example of what is specific knowledge could be sales skills, musical talent, build with the ability to pick up an instrument, an obsessive personality. You can you dive into things or remember them quickly. But for science fiction, you were into reading sci-fi means you absorb lots of knowledge very quickly. Playing a lot of games, you understand same game theory pretty well. Gossiping, digging into your friend network, that might make you into a very interesting journalist. The specific knowledge is sort of weird combination of unique traits from your DNA, your unique upbringing, response to it. It almost baked into your personality and your identity. You can hone it. No one can compete with you being you. Most of the life search for who or what need you the most. For example, uh, I love to read, I love technology, I love very quickly and get bored fast. If I had gone into profession where I required to turn around 20 years into the same topic, I wouldn't have one. It's I mean venture investing, which require me to come up with speed very quickly. I know, yeah. Is it the right way to learn speaking English? It can be. It can be. It can be. Just keep going. I want to be a scientist. It is where a lot of moral hierarchy come from. I view scientists as being of the top of the product chain of the humanity. The group of scientists who have made real breakthrough and contribution probably added probably added more to human society. I think than any single other human being. Not to take away anything from art or politics or engineering or business, but without science, we are still scrambling in the dirt, fighting with sticks and trying to start fire. Oh, society, business, and money are downstream of technology, which is itself downstream of science. Science is applied to the engine of humanity. Calorie, applied scientists are most powerful physics. Well, this is obvious in the coming years. My whole value system was built around scientists. Regret science, but when I actually look back at the what I did spending my time doing, it was more around making money, thinking with technology, and seeing people. I have some sales skill, which is a form of specific knowledge. I have some analytical skill, how to make money, and I have ability to absorb and obsess it. This is specific knowledge I have. I also love tinkering with technology and also stuff like play to look like a vet. There are other people to whom these things would be hard. They say, well, how do I get good at being with your selling ideas? Well, if you are not already good at it, or if you are not really into it, maybe it's not thing. Focus on the thing that you're really into. The first person to actually point out my really specific knowledge was my mother. She did it as an aside, talking from a kitchen, and she said it. I was 15 or 16 year old. I was telling a friend of mine that I want to be astrophysicist. She said, "No, you are going to be into business." I was like, "What? My mom is telling me I'm going to a business. I'm going to a astrophysicist." Mom doesn't know she's talking about, but mom know exactly what she was talking about. Specific knowledge is found much more by pursuing your internet initiate need talent, your genuine curiosity and your passion. It's not being by school or whatever. It's not by going to whatever field investors say is the hottest. Is it right? Can be. I don't know. How serious I'm looking now. Very often specific knowledge is as of knowledge. It is also stuff that only now being figured out. Or really hard to figure out if you are not 100% into somebody else who is 100% into will outperform you, and they won't just you a little bit, they'll outperform you a lot, because now we were operating a domain of ideas, compound interest really applied and leverage really apply. The internet has a massively broadened the possibly space of careers most people haven't figured out. You can go to internet and find out the audience, you can build a business, you can create a product, and you watch wealth and make people just uniquely expressing through the internet enable you niche interest and as long as best person. Great news is because every human is different, everyone is best at something they. Another tweet I heard that we having is what how to get rich. To test on is very simple. If you are fundamentally building and making or getting something that is extension what you are, no one compete to you. To compete with Joe Rogan or Scott Adams, it's not possible. I know this man. He's great, right? It's impossible. Is somebody else going to come along the better? They'll be great. I'm going to be compete with Will Watterson and create a better Calvin and Hobbes. No, they are being authentic. Best jobs are neither decreed or not decreed. Only creative expression of continuous learning in free market. The most important skill for getting this is becoming a perpetual learner. You have to know how to learn anything you want to learn. All model is making money is going to school for 4 years, getting your 4 degree, working as a professional for 30 years. What think for now? You can 4 years later, within those 30 years, you can be very wealthy. Was it so? You can. Uh, how can I learn the technology? How can I learn speaking English very effectively, brother? I know this will going to help me a lot. This reading article will help me to build consistency throughout the journey. This help me to what is this consistency? How can be built and how can what is the foundation required to be made? Foundation are super important. Basic arithmetic and numeric more important in life than going to calculus. Similarly, being able to convey yourself simply using ordinary English word are far more important than being able to write a poetry. Having an extensive vocabulary or speaking 7 different languages, knowing how to persuasive when speaking is far more important than being an expert digital marketer or click optimizer. Foundation are keys. It's so much better to be 9 to 10, 10 to than try to get super deep into things. And do need to be deep into something, because otherwise you will mile wide and inch you won't get and you can achieve mastery in one or two things. It's usually thing you are obsessed about. Good, good, good. Let's read about the next topic. Play long-term game with long-term pupil. 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 You said. All the written in life, whether there is a wealth relationship or knowledge come from compounded. How does one know if they are earning compound interest? Compound interest is very powerful concept. Compound interest applying to more than just compounding capital. It's just a beginning. Compounding the business relationship is very important. Look at the some of the top roles in the society, like why someone is a CEO of a public company or managing millions of dollars. It's because people trust them, and they are trusted because the relationship they build, work they don't have compounded. They stuck with the business so themselves and visible. इसके माध्यम से हम ये बताना चाहते हैं कि कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट है. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट के द्वारा हम क्या कर सकते हैं. लेट्स गो बाय रीडिंग इन हिंदी. कन्वर्ट दिस सेंटेंस इन हिंदी एंड ट्रांसलेट. ओके. You share all the return in your life, whether in a wealth relationship or knowledge, come from the compounding. How does one know if they are earning compounded? आपने कहा था कि all the return in life, ज़्यादातर जो मुख्यतर all the return, what's the return call in हिंदी. कार्य करने के बाद जो फल मिलता है, all the return, whether in a wealth, चाहे वो धन में हो, relationship, पारिवारिक समूह, relationship. What does a relationship in called Hindi? और knowledge ज्ञान come from compound interest. एक consistent compound interest. What does compound interest called? What doesn't know Hindi at all? How does one know if they are earning compound interest? किसी को कैसे पता चलेगा कि वो compound interest कर रहे हैं? If they are अर्निंग कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट, वो कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट कर भी रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं. इफ दे आर अर्निंग थ्रू कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट और वेदर नॉट. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट वेरी पावरफुल कॉन्सेप्ट. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट अप्लाई टू मोर देन जस्ट कंपाउंडिंग कैपिटल. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट एक बहुत ही पावरफुल कॉन्सेप्ट है. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट अप्लाई टू मोर देन जस्ट कंपाउंडिंग कैपिटल. वो खाली धन को वृद्धि करने तक सीमित नहीं है. कंपाउंडिंग कैपिटल इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग. कंपाउंडिंग धन को कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट के माध्यम से धन की वृद्धि करना खाली एक शुरुआत है. कंपाउंड बिजनेस रिलेशनशिप इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक बिजनेस को शुरू करने के लिए कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट बहुत ही ज़रूरी एक तत्व है. लुक एट द सम ऑफ द टॉप रोल्स इन सोसाइटी, लाइक व्हाई समवन इज द सीईओ ऑफ द पब्लिक कंपनी और मैनेजिंग $1 million. सबसे ऊंचे पदों को देखा जाए तो लाइक सीईओ ऑफ अ वेल नोन कंपनी. वह एक सीईओ इसलिए है कंपनी का क्योंकि लोग उस पर भरोसा करते हैं, उसको जानते हैं, उसके माध्यम से, इसलिए वो सीईओ है उस कंपनी का. 13 minutes already had passed. We have to comprise this sentence in 2 minutes. That's what. Our reputation will literally end up being 1,000 or 10,000 of time more valuable than somebody else who has very talented but not compounded reputation going. This is also true when you are working with individual people. You worked with somebody for 5-10 years, you still enjoy working with them. Obviously you trust them and little foibles are gone. All the normal negotiation in the business relationship can work very simply. You trust each other, you know it will work out. For example, there are angel in Silicon Valley named Elliot Gill, who I like to deal with. I love working with Elliot because I know when the deal is going done, he will bend over backward to give me extra. He will always round off in my favor. If there are extra dollar being delivered here or there, if there are some cost to pay, he will pay out of the work pocket. I won't even mention to because he goes so far out of the way treat to me. I spend him every I try to include him in everything. Then I go to my way to try and pay for him. Compounding those relationships is very valuable. Intention don't matter, action do. That's why being ethical is hard. It's very good quote. Intention don't matter, action do. That's why ethical is hard. When you find the right thing to do, when you find right people to work with, invest deeply, sticking with the And by sticking with decade is really how you make the big return in relationship and your money. So compound is very important. 99% of effort is wasted. Obviously nothing is very completely wasted, because all learning moment you can learn from anything. But when you go back to school, 90% of your time, term paper you did, books you read, exercise you did, thing you learn, they don't really apply. You might have really read geography and history, never use. You might have study a language you don't speak anymore. You might have study a branch of mathematics you completely forget. Of course, these are learning experiences you did learn. You learned the value of the hard work. You might have learned something you that went into your psyche and become a piece of what you are doing. And what, at least when it comes to a goal oriented life, only about 1% of your effort paid off. Another example is all the people you have dated until you met your husband or wife. It was wasted time in your goal sense, not wasted in exponential sense, not wasted in learning sense, but definitely wasted in your goal sense. The reason I said this is not make glim comment about 9% of the your this wasting only 1% is useful. I said this because you should be very thoughtful and realize in most thing what you trying to do in find the thing you go all uncompounded. When you are dating, and the instant you know this relationship is not going to be one that led to marriage, you should probably move on. When you are studying something like geography history class and you realize you are going to use drop the class, it's waste of time, it's waste of your brain energy. I'm not saying you don't do 99%, because it's very hard to identify 1%. But I'm saying that when you find 1% of a discipline which you will not waste it, which you will able to invest in rest of life and has to meaning to go all in, forget about the rest. That's the point. Intention doesn't matter, action do. That's the quote of the day. That's it for the day. We'll meet you tomorrow. Okay, bye. I hope we will continue with series or a playlist, or can we challenge in order to improve my speaking English. I will continuously increase hurdles in this journey so that I can learn more and more. Thank you. Have a nice day. Ah, bye.